At the edge of Hollow County stands an abandoned estate known as Hollow Manor. Once the home of the wealthy Blackwood family, it has been empty for over a century. The locals say every window hides watching eyes, and that at night the portraits inside whisper to each other. 4 art students, Daniel, Sophie, Clara, and Matthew, decide to explore the manor for their research project on forgotten architecture. They expect dust, cobwebs, and decay. Instead, they find the walls lined with hundreds of portraits, and in each one, the painted eyes seem alive. The heavy oak doors groan open, revealing a grand hall. The chandeliers still gleam, though no candles burn. Along the staircase hang portraits of stern men and elegant women. Their gazes follow the group wherever they move. Matthew laughs nervously and takes a selfie in front of one. But when he looks at the photo, the figure in the painting is smiling, though the actual portrait is not. That night, as they set up sleeping bags, Sophie swears she hears faint whispers. She traces them to a portrait of a young girl. Her lips are slightly parted, as though mid-speech. The next morning, they discover a locked door labeled Gallery. With effort, they break it open. Inside is a vast hall with hundreds more paintings, each more disturbing than the last. Faces twisted in anguish, bodies frozen mid-scream, eyes too real. In the center stands an unfinished canvas. The paint is fresh, though the room is thick with dust. As Clara approaches, words begin to appear on the canvas by themselves, strokes forming. Welcome. When Sophie looks closer at one portrait, she sees her own reflection. Though painted decades older, her expression hollow, her eyes empty. That night, Matthew is restless. He wanders through the manor with his camera. In the morning, his sleeping bag is empty. His camera is found in the gallery, still recording. The footage shows Matthew filming a portrait of himself, painted perfectly, though no one had ever painted him. In the video, his reflection in the painting smiles, steps out of the frame, and pulls him inside. His screams echo through the house, but when the others search, the portrait simply shows Matthew sitting in a chair, staring back at them. Panic spreads. Daniel insists they leave, but the doors won't open. Windows show only darkness, as if the world outside has vanished. Sophie finds another diary tucked inside a drawer. It belonged to Margaret Blackwood, the last owner of the house. She writes that the portraits are not art, but prisons, souls trapped in paint. The family bargained with something dark to preserve themselves, but the house demanded sacrifices. Clara's reflection in a portrait begins to move on its own. It beckons her closer. She resists, but every mirror, every piece of glass shows her older, drained, as though the house is already claiming her. By dawn, Only Daniel escapes into the hall, screaming for a way out. The portraits whisper louder, names overlapping, voices mocking. He stumbles into the gallery and finds a final canvas, unfinished, blank. A brush rests beside it. As he watches, his face begins to appear on the canvas, brushstrokes forming without a hand. He claws at the painting, but the surface pulls him in. His final cry echoes as the canvas seals shut. Weeks later, explorers find Hollow Manor untouched. But among the portraits, new faces stare from the walls. Daniel, Sophie, Clara, and Matthew, forever captured in paint, their eyes too real, their expressions pleading. And sometimes, if you walk past the manor at night, you'll hear them whisper from the frames, begging not to be next.